Member Roger, and it's great to have you here today. And we're just going to go a little deeper into the banking because we want to make sure Canadians understand the whole picture, because this is affecting you and your family. It means higher taxes. It means enslavement to those people controlling our country.
Through the fiat currency.
Exactly. The fiat, as we explained, is fake currency.
Fake money.
Yeah, it's basically just printed money.
It's an IOU, a representation of honest wealth.
So, as we mentioned, what happened in 1972, Pierre Trudeau shifted the public lending right of the Bank of Canada to print money to commercial banks.
And then in 1974, he gave it over to a private entity known as the Bilderberger Group.
Okay, and
since then, they've printed our money for us, our fake fiat currency.
And I talked about the debt service payments. This is how you're being affected, everyone. 64 billion plus a year. And you never hear about it in Ottawa. Not a peep, everyone, not a peep. You got to ask yourselves why. But what else is the impact on the Canadian people besides them stealing their money?
Well, you have no wealth. You can't preserve your wealth in a fiat currency because they own it, you don't. That's why they're having the bail-ins in the banking system here, which is a precursor to the collapse. The bail-ins are so that they can go into your bank account, just like in Cyprus, and say, oh, we're going to take 20, 40, 60% of your life savings and we're going to bail it into the bank to save the bank. We don't want to save the bank. We want to get rid of the globalist banker system and go back to the Canadian Bank of Canada, owned by Canadians and producing a currency note that has a value by producing it at zero interest.
Exactly. And right now we're enslaved to this debt owned by commercial banks.
Which is created by the interest they charge on it.
Exactly. And it's compounded, and it's over 64 billion a year, everyone, of your money. And I want to get back to the value, because you're saying the fiat is covering up the true value of hardworking Canadians.
Absolutely, because they're co-opting it into their fiat system and charging interest on it, which is inflation. And that's how they control the banking system. Is inflation is their tool. Inflation is our enemy.
Yeah. And what's happening to the true value of hardworking Canadians? The infrastructure. That's just covered up by the fiat?
Yeah. It's because it's it's not real money. It's not real value.
And what does that cover up do?
Well, it creates inflation that eats up any savings or any.
Oh, right,
we're all slowly going broke.
So you think a lot of this banking system is driving the inflation?
It is driving the inflation. They own the inflation.
Okay.
We don't.
All right. And what do you say to Canadians? There is hope, everyone. That's what we can tell them today, that we're willing to tackle this issue. And this is, would you say this is at the pinnacle of the corruption in Ottawa?
Absolutely, because they own the currency and the system. It's theirs, not yours. Until we take back the pre-1972-74 Trudeau Act, we're not going to have constitutional money, which is produced and lent to the provinces at zero interest. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to pay it back, they can't compound it and rob from you.
Exactly. So please share this message, everyone, and please join us, the National Citizens Alliance. We're speaking the truth to you. We care about you and your families. We're standing up for you, so we need your support. We are nothing without your support, and we're getting attacked. They're calling us dangerous, but we got your back. We need you to take our back, and let's deal with this mess in Canada. It's out of control, isn't it? What's happening?
Canada first.
Exactly. We're all about Canada first. Please share it. Thank you very much, everyone.